Well, let's try that again. Um, yeah. Hopefully this one works okay. So, for some reason, that was taken down because copyrighted music or images were detected by the YouTube algorithms. So, thanks, YouTube, for taking me down. I don't know what the heck was going on with that. So, I hope that this one. Let's see, unable to create highlight. I don't know what that means. So hopefully the YouTube algorithms decide that I'm not actually sharing anything that's copyrighted. I don't know why that would have happened. Like maybe somebody jumped in and flagged it because they wanted to be a jerk, but please don't do that. I promise YouTube, I'm not sharing copyrighted content. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I think I was saying something about Randy Santel. Now I can't remember what it was. Oh, right. So, Randy Santel, great guy. I was really glad to have met him. But I think that I can eat more than him. I'm pretty confident that I can eat faster than him. But the thing that Randy does that's what I can't do is that he does these food challenges day after day after day after day. And I'm really not used to eating like just this huge boatload of sugar every single day. So I don't know. This might be the last consecutive day of live streaming that I do with eating just sugar every single day. But without further ado, I'm going to open up this box. I have been looking forward to these like all week. I mean, they've been sitting on my they've been sitting in my kitchen. The pictures on the front look like they're a nice, tasty color. And, you know, I'm not usually a fan of, like, artificial flavors and things along those lines. But I gotta say, when it comes to artificial strawberry flavors and cherry flavors, I think they're really, really delicious. So, you know, unlike the artificial mint or caramel flavors, which I really don't enjoy, I think some of the berry flavors are pretty tasty. So I do not have a problem with artificial flavors themselves, as long as they're tasty. I wanted to try to line up 4 cupcakes on top of this box, but I don't think that's going to happen. We're going to go with 3, just to make sure it doesn't fall. Manatrix Woods. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Let me know if I can pronounce that correctly or not. You ask, how long have you been working on your school stuff? Well, I started going back to school last year. So this is my 3rd quarter. We're going into spring quarter. Just started the spring quarter this week. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's a project class, so it's going to be pretty tough to do it remotely, but you know, we'll see how it goes. I am looking forward to it. It's going to be a unique challenge. We also have, is that Zoe loves you? Is that how you say that? The screen's a little bit far away, so I'm having trouble reading it with my eyes that are not as good as they used to be. But hello to you. Thank you for joining the stream. And without any more stalling, I know that most folks come here to see me eat food, which is a bit of a strange hobby, but I'm not going to judge. Not at all. In fact, I will oblige. I've got these guys. Let me turn down the ring light behind me. Looks like we've got quite a bit of glare going on. Is that a little bit better? Yeah, you can actually like see the colors, so it's not all super washed out now. I might be a little bit dim, but the cupcakes look so much better in this a little bit less lighting. So yeah, they've got like this super vibrant pink color on top. The sponge is a little bit dense, but you know, I think that's kind of par for the course for any kind of packaged pastry that you get. It's got that like, yeah, it's got that kind of Jolly Rancher candy smell to it, so I know that this is going to be delicious. Oh, yeah. Those are so good. Even if the sugar's not so good for me, I think that this is pretty killer. I like these. Mm. Going with a giant jug of water today instead of a giant jug of milk. So hopefully that I don't have an epic crash after this live stream. All right, catching up with the comments. Eric, welcome to the live stream. You say strawberry is your favorite Hostess cupcake. Yeah, they are super delicious. I usually like just the yellow cupcakes, but I am very pleased with these. These are very tasty. And they're not actually as artificial flavored as I thought they would be. Like with the super bright color, I thought it would just be, like strawberry flavored candy kind of flavoring. But no, it's actually pretty nice. It doesn't taste too artificial. And a good strawberry flavor too. Unlike those mint chocolate cupcakes that I had yesterday, which were just like cupcakes with a little hint of flavor in them. No, these have a really strong flavor in them. So kudos to Hostess. These are good. Let's see. We've got Iglo Dude. How do you manage to stay in shape while eating all this food? Haha. Believe it or not, you're not the first person to ask. No, I work out a lot. I mean, that's basically what it is. I went for a run this morning. It was a pretty slow run, but tons of hills. Oh my goodness. I think my average pace was only like 9 minutes per mile, but so much elevation. And it was a little over an hour, for example, and spent 10 or so minutes on a row machine. Yeah, just lots of exercise. It's all about calorie balance, dude. Oh, Eric, you say you love them from the freezer too. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Like, I should definitely try that. You mentioned that earlier on. If it wasn't you, then somebody had mentioned it earlier this week that I should try freezing them. I think that would be great, especially with the like little cream on the inside. I could imagine that would harden up a little bit, and it would be a little bit like an ice cream filling. I think that would be pretty tasty. Oh, it's so very good. Of course, one of my favorite things is reading through these ingredient lists. I think unlike previous days this week, I'm not going to read through the entire list, but I am really impressed to see that we have actual strawberry puree in these. So that's probably one of the reasons that I like the flavor a little bit better than some of the previous cupcakes I've had this week. Strong flavor. I love it. I'd give these 7.5 out of 10. Easy. 8 out of 10 maybe. Really good. Have to like put an asterisk there and say like, it's really good for a prepackaged pastry. I like this. I would really go out of my way to have one of these things. Man of Tricks, you asked what my favorite coding language is. I do the majority of my coding in C++. I mean, that's basically the coding language that everybody uses to make AAA games nowadays. C# is pretty handy if you're prototyping stuff, want to get something up really quick, but it has a lot of overhead with it, so the performance of C# programs tends to be a little bit less performant. Especially with the garbage collection, that tends to really bog things down. Like periodically, gives you a little bit of how would you say it's like the performance is not very consistent. It's not really predictable. But yeah, C++, definitely my favorite one. I've got 10 or 15 years of experience with it. And And I'm doing a lot more programming in straight vanilla C lately because of the embedded systems classes that I'm taking. So all of the like super low level, um, and when I say low level, I mean like very close to the hardware, doing stuff on like really small systems, embedded systems, that kind of thing. That's all basically done in C. I think you can do some in like Java, but C is pretty much the main language that folks use for embedded systems programming. AJA T800, I miss strawberry cup or shortcake Oreos. It was a limited edition flavor. I wish they were a permanent flavor like red velvet. I don't know if I've had those. They sound familiar. I might have had them. It actually does sound very tasty. I'm not a super big fan of the chocolate and cupcake, or the chocolate and strawberry. Sorry. Chocolate cupcakes are perfectly fine as long as they're not too dense and too dry. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of the strawberry chocolate flavor combination. I think the kind of tartness from strawberries and a little bit of bitterness from the chocolate just kind of clash a little bit. But yeah, I can check those out. I've probably had them in the past if it was a limited edition. Uh, I have very poor impulse control when it comes to seeing limited edition on anything at, at grocery stores. Nathaniel Cooper, did you see the link I emailed you the other day about different peanut butter brands? I'll have to check it out. I haven't checked the Steve.The.Rabbit email recently, so I'll definitely check those out, man. Let's see, what else do we have? Igloo Dude is asking if I have been to the UK. Delicious. Let's see, I've been to the UK a couple of times. I've traveled to Europe a few times. Most of the time it's just been to England. So, and you know, England is pretty similar to America. I think like it's not too different. You know, things are a little bit different. Kind of feels like, I don't know, like a mirror version of America. I don't know if that's how English folks feel when they come to visit America, but yeah, it's. I've rarely gone outside of England when I've visited, or I've rarely gone outside of London, more likely, when I've visited England. And unfortunately, just every time I've been there, it's been for work, so I haven't had a chance to like do any cool food challenges. Now, in 2012, I did spend a week in Majorca, which was absolutely amazing. Um, for folks who are from America might not know Majorca, I've heard it described as like the European Hawaii, and it really makes sense. It's this little Spanish island in actually it's a pretty sizable island in the Mediterranean, and it's the place where like a bunch of Tour de France cycling teams go to train for the Tour de France, and it's just this beautiful idyllic island that's like this microcosm of the rest of Europe, because I've heard a lot of European folks from, you know, Germany and France and Italy and everything, when they get old, like one kind of dream that a lot of folks have is to go move to Majorca and open up an idyllic little, uh, 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 oh gosh, what's the Italian ice cream? I can't think of it now. Oh, I can't believe I'm blanking on it. But anyway, like open up a little idyllic winery or bakery or something. And it was really cool to. I was there to do an Ironman triathlon, so I had my bike. So I just spent a week like biking around the island and checking out the different little towns around the island. And the north of the island is covered in these mountains, and it's really obvious why it's a great spot for bike training, because I rode. I can't remember. I think I rode like 350 or 400 miles that week. Like, I just had so much fun riding around the island. So yeah, I've been to Majorca and I've been to England a couple of times. So there you go. Short answer, long for that one. Manic Tricks, you say I should do a salad stream? Hmm. Oh, that'd be pretty cool. I could get my like 3 gallon bowl that I use for cereal challenges and fill it up with spinach. See how much salad I could eat in one stream. Man, the cream at the center of these cupcakes just complements the strawberry flavor so well. Get a nice strawberries and cream flavor going on. I think Hostess, like, they found a good recipe for making these cupcakes. They are so good. Nathaniel Cooper, you're wondering where everybody on the stream is from? Yeah, that'd be great if folks could chime in. It'd be cool to see, like, who's from the furthest away from where I'm living, you know? I'm in right outside the Seattle area. You say you're from Southwest Missouri. There you go. So that's southeast part of the United States. Gosh, I know I've had some folks from Europe chime in to mention where they've been from on some previous streams. So yeah, it'd be cool to see where everybody's from. HAT, have you ever considered doing a review on multiple Cheerios flavors? My absolute favorite is the Very Berry Cheerios. Thankfully, it's a permanent member of the Cheerios family. Yeah, that'd be cool. I've done like epic cereal cheat day, you know, reviews before, but I don't know if I've done anything about like one specific type. Yeah, that'd be cool. Choose a bunch of varieties of a single type of cereal and try them all out. I am very impressed with the peanut butter Cheerios. I think that they've got a really good flavor. I usually don't like peanut butter and milk as a flavor combination either, but no, the peanut butter Cheerios are really tasty in my opinion. Well, I got a bit of a disconcerting email from a race director earlier this week talking about how he was worried that his race might need to be canceled because, you know, most races like marathons and stuff like that in the March, April, May timeframe have just been canceled outright for good reasons, I think. But this individual is the Pacific Northwest Marathon, which happens in September. So I really, really hope that this stuff doesn't keep on going on through September. And I hope that his race isn't canceled. I was also bummed to see that Major League Eating events, if you go to majorleagueeating.com/events, you can see all the different contests that are happening around the country. And everything's been cleared out through August, I believe. So the next Major League Eating event on the calendar is scheduled to be the Big Gyoza Championship. I think it's called the Daily Foods Gyoza Eating Championship in August 20-something, 22nd, 23rd, something around there. I think it would be a real drag if we had to cancel the Coney Island contest. I'm crossing my fingers that that thing's still on because I drove to Salt Lake City to do this hot dog eating contest. I qualified, and I really want to eat against Adam Moore and Joey Chestnut and Nick Weary and Mickey Sudo and all the big name folks that go to the Coney Island every year. But if the next Major League Eating contest is going to be the Gyoza Eating contest, I don't know, man. I mean, I guess I'll sign up for it, see if I can do it. We got a couple of folks from Philadelphia. Cool, dude. Yeah, I visited Pennsylvania a couple of years ago. I'm trying to remember why now. It was Pittsburgh though, not Philadelphia. Um, oh yeah, it was a Spartan race. Yeah, I flew all the way across the country to do a Spartan race, and one of the oh, I think it was Palmerton. Does that sound familiar? Yeah, somebody else might know more than me. But it was on a ski resort. It was bar none the most difficult Spartan race I have ever done. Oh my goodness, it was an interesting trip. I think the most difficult thing about that Spartan race was I was part of the elite heat, racing with all the super fast guys, and they had us carry two 60-pound sandbags down and back up this like 45-degree hill. I mean, it looked like it was, a double diamond death trap kind of ski slope, but it was the middle of the summer, so there was no snow or anything. But it was so difficult. I think that one obstacle took me a good 45 minutes, which is longer than some entire Spartan races take me to finish. I'm down to just 3 more cupcakes, so and then after I eat these cupcakes, it's going to be back to my usual daily routine of coding up games and vacuuming up all the crumbs that I'm cleaning up this giant mess that I'm making in the middle of my living room. Yeah, I guess if there's one thing that's a good takeaway from everybody being like quarantined and getting these stay-at-home notices for COVID-19, is that it's a good reminder that like we have the technology to reach out and be social with people all around the globe. Even if we're not in close proximity to each other. Nathaniel Cooper, you asked if I could do a contest with Eric the Electric. If Eric wants to throw down, I'd be down for it. If I'm ever in his neighborhood, yeah, that'd be cool. I would definitely not turn down a chance to eat with Eric. He's a longtime YouTuber, one of the first guys that I started watching on YouTube. So congrats to him. I think he's got more than 1 million subscribers. And the dude worked for it. Like, he put in the effort. And yeah, good for him. AJA, you say my favorite after dinner snack is a... I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Yeah, some kind of strawberry caramel creams candy. It's also, and you're also from southwestern Connecticut. Well, awesome. Glad we've got so many folks from all across the country. Joe, you asked, do you plan to do a live food challenge in the future? It's always a possibility. I mean, most of the times that I do a challenge at a restaurant, sometimes I'll check my phone to see if I've got a Wi-Fi signal that I can hook up to and do a live stream of a challenge. Pardon me. It's not often that I'm able to get a good connection to do a live stream at a restaurant, but when I can, I try to. I've got a couple of live streams. I've done a couple of live streams challenges. I'm trying to remember what they were. Did one that was at the Wedgwood Grill, I think, is what it's called. Like a steakhouse in the Wedgwood neighborhood of Seattle. I don't know that they have that challenge anymore. It was a really, really difficult challenge, though. And then the first time I did a challenge with Katie Prettyman, when I live streamed that from the Wing Dome, which is a chicken wing like chain that's in the Seattle area, where they've got a couple of different locations. And I discovered that she can handle spicy food so much better than I can. Oh my god, I was dying in that stream. And she was just kind of like, ooh, it's spicy, you know, and I'm just over in the corners, like crying and dying, and my mouth, my entire face was going numb. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was a great time. Oh, memories. Oh my gosh. Man, sometimes I think there needs to be less talking and more just me eating sugary stuff. I know I'm going to regret this in about an hour, but so it goes. Gonna get that nice sugar crash. Nathaniel Cooper, you ask if I knew that today is National PB&J Day? I had no idea. That's awesome. If I had known that, maybe I would have done something different. Gotten a PB&J sandwich or something instead of cupcakes, but you know, I had cupcakes on hand, so that was what I was going to eat. I'm so sad that this is my last cupcake. It does kind of make me crave a salad or some vegetables, though. I think I'm gonna have a nice big salad for dinner. Oh my goodness. Got a yo from Sinks, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Thanks for joining the stream. Nice to see you. AJA, you say that you don't like peanut butter at all. However, you love almond butter. And you also like other members of the nut family. Walnuts only mixed in with peanuts. Well, you know, I guess to each their own. I think peanut butter is pretty tasty. Although I will agree that almond butter, macadamia nut butter, walnut butter, all those like, you know, actual tree nut butters, I think they're much tastier than peanut butter. It just so happens to be that like macadamia nut butter is like $25 for a little, you know, an 8-ounce jar of it. But I can buy a big like 4-pound vat of peanut butter for like $6. So it does tend to be my kind of default when I want something like that. But if you've ever tried, I think macadamia nut butter and toasted pecan butter might be like some of the tastiest things around. If you're, you know, looking for an alternate for peanut butter. Since you say you found my channel when I ate 4.5 pounds of peanut butter. Yeah, it's another one of those like inexplicably pardon me. It's another one of my inexplicably popular videos that like still gets tons of views even though it's kind of an old video. Just the big tub of I think it was Reese's peanut butter. Pardon me. Yet again, I am eating too much Reese's peanut butter. I think they call it a Reese's peanut butter sauce. So it's just kind of like a little bit of a loose peanut butter. And I will admit that I did cheat a little bit on that one because if I had done that with something like Skippy's or Jif peanut butter, that stuff is so much thicker. Like the Reese's peanut butter sauce, like even though you can use it as peanut butter, it's quite a bit looser, so it's a lot easier to eat. So there are a couple of tricks that I pull out when I do that. I got to give Hostess props for making a really delicious strawberry cupcake. As per usual, that was my nice, lovely lunch. And it's always fun to do these lunch streams. I'm glad that, to have a bunch of folks to pop in and talk to. It's always a joy to talk to you guys, to get some feedback. Let's see, catching up on some of those last comments. AJA, you say that Almond butter strawberry jelly sandwich. That does sound really, really tasty. One that I recently found at grocery outlet stores, they were selling the Maranatha caramel almond butter, and it is so good. It is absolutely delicious. It is amazing. Just a smear of that on some bread is delicious. But let's see. Yeah, that sounds really good. Almond butter and strawberry jelly. I'll have to check that out. Nathaniel say almond butter is the best. My favorite, but I assume that's butter, is pecans, black walnuts, cashews. Cashews are another one that's absolutely delicious. Cashews have such a distinctive flavor. They're really good. Yeah, those are three really good ones. You say that my video reviews of sugar-free syrup alternatives was the first video of mine that I recall. Yeah, I remember doing that one. That was an interesting experiment. An interesting experiment and an experience, which are the two words that my mouth was trying to say at the same time there. Well, I'm glad that you found the channel, and I'm glad that you stuck around to see some of the other shenanigans that I do. And of course, I really enjoy seeing everybody in these streams. And I think that's going to be it for me for today, guys. So I've got one more box. We'll see if I do it tomorrow. I might have to give my body a couple of days to like get rid of some of this sugar. I'll go on like a really short ketogenic diet, eat nothing but tree nuts and spinach for a few days to kind of let my body get rid of all this extra sugar. And then we'll be back with the cupcakes. All right, guys. Once again, it's awesome to see everybody. I want you guys to stay safe out there, stay hungry, and until next time, you guys take it easy.